All right, fair warning. This video contains spoilers for The Last of Us S2E2. If you have not seen it yet, please go watch it before watching the rest of this video. So we'll talk about it when you come back. Hope you come back. Hello out there. I'm the oldest nerd. And there are times when a lead character leaves a show. Generally speaking, it's the end of a season because of a contract negotiation. They did that with Patrick Stewart on Star Trek during the Borg invasion. They had planned to kill him off if he would not agree to a new contract, and he did, and so they had to kind of backtrack on that. But otherwise, if characters leave in the middle of the season, it's just unheard of. And in the only case I can think of was John Ritter, who actually did die, and they had to continue the show without him for a certain amount of time of the 8 rules. Anyway, in this case, this is episode 2 of the second season, and they kill off Joel. And I mean, they don't just kill him off. They don't just say that he died. They don't say that he froze in the ride up the mountain. He proceeds to save someone's life, who then comes and kills him in the most brutal way. And through this, of course, she reveals herself. This Firefly contingent that has come from Utah, where the hospital was in which Joel saved Ellie from being murdered in order to find out what made her tick in order to work on a cure for the disease. And of course, he shot everybody there and took Ellie and never really explained to her. And that was part of the controversy in the first episode between him and Ellie, is that he knew that she was holding something back from him and didn't really trust him all that well. Although at the beginning of this episode, they did indicate that their relationship is a complex one and not necessarily of hatred. So when it comes to the head of this Firefly group that has come upon Jackson Hole, they're trying to figure out how they get in, and by serendipity, she ends up with Joel much quicker than she might have expected. And she reveals herself to be the daughter of the doctor who was getting ready to do a live autopsy on Ellie. And Joel, I don't know if you can say to his credit or not, I guess because the audience already knows what the situation is, he makes no attempt to explain himself. He just basically said, "Get it over with, you're going to kill me," and that just set her afire in that, no, I'm not going to do it quickly. I'm going to do it slowly, and I'm going to do it brutally. And in fact, by the time Ellie gets there, suspecting that he is in some kind of trouble, and he was, she gets to see the death blow on this. So what we have is not only a main character, and I mean the top main character, killed off in the second episode of the second season, but we also have a whole new paradigm going on here. Now, all at the same time, of course, we had the attacks by the mutants that our new Fireflies stirred up, and they started a stampede upon the mountain, and then somehow they turned around from that and all headed for Jackson Hole, where they were attacked with oil drums and fire and gunshots, and still had a big guy like they did in Game of Thrones that could break down one of the gates and get into the town. And there was the big fight scene there, and ended up in a lot of dead bodies, both of the Jackson Hole residents and of the mutants. Although the big guy took the longest to die, and we almost thought that Joel's brother was going to get it. And they did a twist there, because after he survived, Joel did not. So a good practice in diversion here because they set it up for what you would expect, that you get your heroes out of the way doing some kind of what they thought was dangerous mission while the home base is burning down. And while they were able to save somewhat of Jackson Hole, it's not going to be without its damages. And damages on Ellie. Now she's got a new enemy, and she has vowed that she's going to go and kill her. Maybe she'll never know exactly why it was that Joel rescued her, but that doesn't matter anymore. What matters is that he was the person that kept her alive during a certain part of the time since the epidemic broke out. And now she's going to make sure that that woman pays for what she did. So, by parallel, of course, her father was murdered on a time when she was 19. Ellie is now 19, and so that's when Joel is murdered. So we still have some small things going on there of the mutants coming up through the pipelines, and they seem to be aware of that, but that's going to be future problems in Jackson. And we're certain that we're going to see a energized Ellie trying to find this person who is probably by now trying to find a place to hide. So that is what this episode is about. It's more violent than anything I think I've ever seen as far as a personal beating. Even in the movies, they don't do it like that. And the surprise, of course, of it being Joel, of there not being some way that he could be revived, that perhaps the other Fireflies could call this off and provide medical assistance, which they were capable of doing, and leaving Joel hurt but still around. But that wasn't going to happen, and so we don't exactly know if when they left the room it was just for dramatic effect, or if they were disgusted at it, or if they were getting on their horses and finding the way out of there before any more trouble broke out. But that is the situation, and the only thing that bothers me in this is that they really didn't seem to have any problems with the mutants once they found Joel, and while he did nothing to eliminate most of them, and they were following them all the way up the mountain, I don't know why they stopped. So that's the one thing that bothers me about this. But otherwise, a powerful episode, a disturbing episode, but one that makes you want to continue to watch, because if that can happen, what's going to happen next? I'd like to know what you think. Please put it in the comments below. And of course, if you have not become a subscriber to this channel, it's a free thing to do, but it does help our channel in growth. So I would thank you to do that. And until next time, don't go far.